is this common rhyme that we used to have when we were in the nursery school. It goes this way. Parents, listen to your children. We are the leaders of tomorrow. I will not say more than that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this wonderful episode of our podcast, the Nexus Podcast. I remain your humble host, Bashir Lukman Olarewaju. I have with me a promising, talented, very effective and efficient young man. He is a student union leader, he is an advocate, and he is a content creator. Think of anything in writing, in speaking, other things about creativity. He is all together, packed together. So if we have him today, it shows that we have caught another big fish. Welcome to our podcast session.
Thank you.
Please tell us your name and what we can know about you.
Issa Abdulgafar is my name. Many people address me as SAOTY, preferably WORDSMITH. I am presently the #1 Nigerian student in Kwara State, and that is chairman of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Kwara State Axis. I am a freelance writer. I am a TikToker. I am a public speaker, and I just don't know how to hide it, but I just have to say it. I am an alpha.
Oh, thank you, God.
I'm familiar with the trait is there.
Thank you for that one. And it shows that we are going to have all-encompassing session today as you give us the Western 5. If it comes with, some quotations from Arabic,
Definitely.
Our viewers should be watching
Definitely.
that. Let's start this way. What we want to discuss naturally is around student unionism and the nexus or the connectivity with societal politics. If I'm to ask you, is there any relationship between student unionism and societal politics? Let's start from that.
Um, for the fact that today I will be talking unapologetically, because what I'm here to discuss today, some leaders, some student union leaders, some stakeholders will not be happy about it. But truth be told, I'll say a lot of things. Starting from the question you asked, if I were to talk about it, I would ask you again. Okay. Are you talking about the modern era or the olden days?
Oh, okay. Let's demystify it this way. What brought about student unionism? Maybe if you can trace the history, then you can now talk from the initial part, which is the olden part, and where we are today as the modern version of it.
Yes, I love that. What actually brought about student unionism was basically to fight for the oppressed, was basically to advocate against injustice that the students were actually facing then. And going back to history, in 1925, Ladipo Solanke brought about what student unionism is today in Nigeria. And then it was WASU, West African Student Union. And the reason why Ladipo thought he should actually bring that kind of initiative was because students were feeling marginalized. Students were being oppressed. So there were hikes in fee. So students were facing a lot of things then. And Ladipo shared it. He called some members that they should come together in order to create a unionism, basically for students. And then it was tagged as WASU, West African Student Union, in order to fight against injustice that might be forthcoming from the management there. So if we want to talk about this, unionism, we shouldn't deceive ourselves, is synonymous to activism.
Unionism
is synonymous to activism.
Just that one is for the students part, while the other one is for the larger society. Or the student unionism, as you say, can we say, even whether you are a student or not, can we say student unionism covers that?
No,
it's only for the students.
Yes, student unionism is basically limited to student circle. So when we say student unionism, we do not expect any student union leader to have nexus with politician. The people who started it were never friends with politicians then.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, they were never friends with the school management, because the moment they felt like they should make friendship with school management, then they got to realize that the school management was using that opportunity to oppress them stylishly, and they realized that it was not something they should have done, and they didn't do it. So student unionism then was pure activism, but today the reverse is the case. I told you initially that I would say a lot of things that many student union leaders would not be happy about, many stakeholders will not be happy about. Today, I am telling you emphatically that the basic reason why student unionism was created is no longer functioning.
How? Can you elucidate?
I will tell you.
Okay.
In Nigeria today, I am saying unapologetically, there is no single student union leader that can come out and tell you that he is fighting for the interest of the students.
What are they fighting for? What are they doing in that position?
Everybody is fighting for self-interest today.
Including yourself?
I am not accepting myself. Everybody today is fighting for self-interest. What we see as today, what many student leaders see as achievement is programs. Now, the sensational questions that is begging for answer, that you and I should ask ourselves, that who are the ones sponsoring that program?
Are there not going to be something like revenue, a way they can generate revenue to support themselves for the programs? How do they, maybe sometimes students can get tickets from the payment they made in the school fees and the likes. Are they not in existence anymore?
There is revenue.
Okay.
And students, union leaders are actually getting this.
Okay.
When we say SUG, SUG in school, they are getting this revenue. But let me tell you, whenever they want to organize a program, these people are still always finding an honoree. And I can tell you for a fact that 90% of the honorees that they are always looking for are majorly politicians. 90% of the honorees they are always looking for are politicians. And these politicians will be brought down to their school through the influence of one of the members of the management. Though, I wouldn't like anybody to quote me wrong. There is nothing wrong in relationship between the school management and the student union. And that is why we have got a dean. Every school has DSA.
Yes.
But today, I can tell you that even the school management are the ones that are installing majorly SUG presidents.
So it's eventually they will be like dummy when they have to even act in their own position or function as.
Definitely. Today, I can still say it again. That 90% of SUG presidents we are having in Nigeria today, they are pushover and rubber stamp presidents.
That's heartbreaking.
No student union government president can stand and say he want to fight against the school management.
But what are this stems from a kind of should I say system deficiency? Because it's more or less like the management ought to have had it in their own thought that if they are to allow some of these free minds to lead the position of student unionism, they will be having the face-off. You don't forget there is this common among your songs that you have Aluta Meta. So the first one is consultation, like you consult them, you seek their opinion on something, and if it is not coming forth with, you consolidate first before you confront. So which is, they wouldn't want that to happen because it might destabilize the academic performances and activities. Don't you see it that way?
If they don't want that to happen, then the school management should do the needful. Now, how on earth will the school management decide to increase the school fee without carrying along the student union government? It is after the school management has decided that they want to make an increase on the school fee, they will now call the student union.
Or the reaction from the student community that no, this one is too much, then the student union will now step in.
Yes. And there are some hidden facts that majority of the students don't know. The hidden fact today, I will say it. The school management would have reached out single-handedly to the president of the student union, even before reaching out to the executives. they would have discussed with him personally.
That this is what
this is what we want to do. And he would not even carry his own executives along. So that is compromise.
Exactly.
Between the management and the student union president. So even when the executives want to go there to express their grievances against the decision of the school management, the president will never want to do that. He is going to be scared of losing his own certificate. This is one of the things that the school management will be using against him. And again, he would always remember to repay the people who actually installed him. Because today I can tell you for a fact that the votes of majority of the students today do not count. The school management know how they manipulate things. Majority of the votes today do not count. I am a student leader. I started my student leader journey as far back as 2017. Immediately I got admitted into Kwara State College of Education in Ilorin to study social studies double major. I have known about student unionism. Luckily for me, I was an SAOTY president in 2019. These are things that I have already had practical experiences about.
So you were also installed by who is who in the student in the academic environment?
I was not installed.
Okay.
Personally,
so how was your own case different?
Yes, my own case is different because the then subdean of University of Ilorin was the provost of Kwara State College of Education in Ilorin. So he was appointed as a provost of Kwara State College of Education in Ilorin. Okay. So the initiatives that were being used in College of Education in Ilorin before was rotational process. When he came on board, he said every student should come out to contest.
You have that.
As far as as
you
far
are
as
qualified.
You are qualified, you have the potentials, come out and contest. And luckily for me, I am somebody, I am a go-getter. I am somebody.
So by nature, it wouldn't have been your turn.
Yes.
It's about rotation.
Yes. In fact, the moment I got admitted into school, somebody from my own department was the president then. 5 years after that time, it wouldn't come back to our faculty, let alone of my department. But luckily, because of that decision, that novel initiative by the provost then, I was favored. So I never met with anybody from the management angle. I never met any stakeholder. I never met anybody. In fact, I didn't think I would emerge. I was sleeping when the result of the election was announced, and somebody came to me and told me that I have been announced as the winner of the election. But on the long run, I got to know a lot of things. That the school management are very cunning. These people don't want to go against the government. And they want to protect their own image at all costs by making sure that they subdue your power. And today, that is why we have many rubber stamp and pushover presidents. I can tell you today, in the next 10, 20 years, student unionism in Nigeria will eventually lose its credibility.
Oh, now there are some things you are making instances like you have said it that it's easy for some people to see this as a fight back in one way or the other because you are eating it on its head. Before we move on to the next part of this, let me ask you, there were rumors that while you were favored, it wasn't just because you would be favored, but it was because some people walked behind the scene. For they have seen your potential, and if they have given that kind of relapse in that policy of rotation, that it should be a kind of free thing, so it should be favoring you. So are you saying that there wasn't anything like godfatherism that worked for you in that kind of policy overturn during your own time?
You see, godfatherism is clearly different from stakeholders.
How?
Yes. Godfatherism, the word godfatherism to me means that you are under the watch of some people who expect you to give back to them what you are getting from your office. And when I was contesting, I never met anybody who I saw as godfatherism then, as godfather rather then. The only person that stood for me was the then NANS chairman. And that, by default, he was expected to stand by me. That was Olosasa Said. He is my mentor.
Okay.
So that was the only person that stood for me.
Okay.
It made me realize that these are the kind of these are the kind of people I should go to inform. I only informed people.
Okay.
I never sought for their support.
Okay.
Because they were not students who would vote me then.
Okay.
I went to students and I made it clear to them that I was actually aspiring for that position. And mind you, there is this thing that actually favored me that I see today as the basic factor.
Okay.
And the factor is that I am from Ilorin. I contested against a young man,
okay,
who was from School of Sciences.
Okay.
But fortunately
just
for me,
a young man or with another, or just two of you or another person?
No, we were three.
Okay.
A lady, and a young man.
Okay.
So fortunately for me, and unfortunately at the same
For
time for the other person,
Okay.
he is a Christian.
Okay.
I am a Muslim.
Okay.
And in Ilorin, we have this mentality that once you are a Christian and you are contesting against somebody who is a Muslim, and for the fact that the person is from Ilorin, you have no way to go.
Okay.
So I was being favored by the atmospheric condition then.
Are we not talking about being in one way or the other, being using favoritism or nepotism just because somebody is a Muslim, somebody is a Christian, somebody is from this community? Was that not what brought you to power?
If you actually talk about that, that was not nepotism.
Okay,
it was not favoritism.
Then what
I would call it solidarity support.
Okay.
Because a majority of the students of Classic College of Education Ilorin are from Ilorin. And mind
you have that data with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Even till now, you can go there to confirm.
Okay.
And that is why many people call it family house. Classic College of Education Ilorin, many people call it family house. And there is one thing that majority of the students like, even till now, they still like it. And that is you being an outspoken person. Of all the candidates, I am not actually, feeling proud, but I have to say this. I seemed to be the most outspoken person then. So even the moment you are very outspoken, the moment you know how to command words, students of Classic College of Education and Learning are going to fall in love with you and what you do.
Okay.
So that was why they decided to give me that solidarity support then.
Okay, now let's look at it in this way, because you have highlighted several things that I wouldn't know whether our time can contain this, but let me ask this first. Societal politics, partisan politics, is there any connection now? Because we have said it now that student unionism is more or less like activism, whereby you fight for the interest, the sole interest of the students.
Definitely.
You see the welfareism and you see the wellness, whatever that's going to be in support of the system for the students. Whereas all these, in one way or the other, you are likely to be stepping toes of either the government or even the school management. Now, all these things you are talking about, societal politics, what are the relationships with the student union politics?
Today,
okay,
everybody who ventures into student unionism today, sees it as a business, particularly stepping stone to societal politics.
Lead us to the way, please.
There is an association we call NANS today.
Okay.
National Association of Nigerian Students.
All right.
Which I am the chairman of Kwara State. So we have this NANS headquarters. Today, everybody that is going to national NANS to contest is only trying to have this track record for societal politics.
Okay.
Because if not, what is the relationship between the members of NANS with the son of the president? I told you initially that there are some things I would say today that many people will not be happy about, but we have to say it. What is the relationship between the son of the president and National Association of Nigerian Students?
Well, it could be a kind of mediator that maybe there are some things they will need for the support of the student community and they can get it.
How many students have been supported? What I see as student unionism is not about you organizing a program. It's not about you collecting some foodstuffs and giving it to some students that some would not benefit from it.
Okay.
When last as our association stood against the increase in school fees? When last as our association stood against some indecent policies that are actually affecting the lives of our students? These are things that you can actually do to support the students who have actually reposed their belief in you. So today, if anybody wants to venture into student unionism, they only want to use that as a stepping stone for societal politics.
But is that not going to be a kind of template whereby if you have participated in the student unionism, because in one way or the other, that is leadership. You have led people, you have made sure that students in that community of yours, your school or environment, you've been able to position yourself as somebody they can look up to. Can that be translated to societal, the larger society, whereby you can take the position of the chairman of the local government, the assembly member, rep member, and the likes?
Sir, it is better off we don't deceive ourselves.
Okay.
There is a saying that he who pays the piper dictates the tunes. Imagine tomorrow somebody like me is being appointed as probably SA on whatsoever, or I am being voted as chairman of as a student leader. And if students are actually agitating for something, I would be called upon by my boss to see to it. And whereas I know that what the students are actually agitating for is nothing but fact,
Okay.
I would find a means of silencing them. I would only call their leaders, the team lead, those who spearhead that movement, and I would try to convince them, probably by giving them some, monetary rewards, and I'll ask them to remain silent. So, mind you, if the people who spearhead a particular protest have decided not to do it again, the followers will not have any power to continue. And that is how it happens. I am not exempted. If tomorrow we want to protest and they call me, they give me some meaningful amount of money, I will not go again. The other students will be calling me. That way, I have jeopardized their interest. Today, many student leaders that we have are jeopardizing the interest of the student populace in order to enrich themselves.
When we talk about this, it's more or less like a systemic failure or deficit, like I said earlier, and it's rooted like to the fabrics of this our society, that when we say our politicians are not good, the alternate part of them is, or what we can experience is what you are just saying, that even from the student angle, where they're supposed to be the mouthpiece, where they're going to be the voice for the voiceless, they have been, they have been bought by the power above. So now this is it. These are, let me say, problems. They are heartbreaking problems, because we're supposed to have this as a template for the future, that if we can succeed within the smaller circle of the students, then somebody like that cannot be compromised when it get to the larger society. Because of our time, you have a lot to say, but time might not permit us. But you've said a lot. Now, can you just in 1 minute tell us the way forward? All these minutes that we have, what are the way forward? What can we do better to change the narrative?
You see, I must be sincere with you. 1 minute is not enough, but let me just manage it. I personally think that those who we see as our stakeholders should not surface in this game again. They should step aside. They should always serve as guardian angels for us. Not that they are the ones who will still be sharing the steering with us. They are sharing the steering. Imagine somebody of 50 something years, 40 something years, still contesting in NANS. To do what?
Maybe he or she is a student.
Student of which school? Why do we need to deceive ourselves? Imagine somebody who has never rendered any selfless services. to the even to his own
immediate family, community,
coming out to contest for a students' union position, all because some people's interests lie under it. So what I think we should do is that the students should among themselves find somebody who is very cerebral, who is very intellectual, somebody who can, have independent thinking, that can do it. Though there is a saying that to know the path ahead, ask those coming back. There are many people, okay, that are very righteous. These people are in their own choosing career, they are very okay. You can go to them, ask them.
And they have they apply that route of
Definitely,
unionism.
We have a lot of names which I might not want to mention.
Okay.
These people are doing pretty well. Today, they don't want to even participate in student unionism, but rather want to support. They only want to support. So, I think we should consider potentials over favoritism. So, when I contested as student, as Nance choir chairman, many people were saying I would be favored by. I told them any other contestant that is coming out should come. Let us both be screened. Let us go to the stage. If it is debate or whatsoever you want us to go through, make it happen. I have this belief in me that I can do it the moment I believe in myself and the student who believed in me. First thing is that you believe in yourself. Today we have a lot of student leaders that cannot even express themselves in 1 minute. And you will be asking themselves, is this one truly a student leader too? How on earth has this person gotten the opportunity to be here? Imagine somebody who cannot even speak a fluent English for 30 seconds addressing himself as a student leader over somebody who is brilliantly, okay. So student unionism, like I said, has lost its credibility. And if care is not taken in the next 10, 20 years, student unionism will be under the siege of politicians. So I think we should just, kick off our cerebral cortex and think outside the box and go back to history. We should ask ourselves, why was student unionism created? Today, if you want to protest, the moment you want to go on the street to protest, they see you as a bad boy. Protest is different from vandalism. If you truly want to protest,
as a civic right.
Yes, it is our civic right. We can actually go on the street to protest. We express our grievances without even vandalizing anything, without spoiling anything. For us to just make the government to realize that we are not happy with their decision. Because every time we are always having requests, like Oliver Twist, we will always ask for more. We know the government is trying, but the government has to prioritize the interests of the students.
Thank you. Like I said, we have a very long, topic and highlights that we need to discuss, but because of our time, and I think we will need to come back to revisit some of these leftover discussion. But please, in some seconds now,
okay,
because you said 1 minute, the other time will not be enough. In some seconds now, what will be your advice, especially for the student union leaders who are collecting, should I say, they are sharing from the stipends the incumbents one are getting? They will say they are stakeholders and you have to manage to give them something, because if they are not there, you wouldn't have got it. That is number one. And also in that, the seconds, I still want you to advise the current folks of student union leaders that they should project themselves as the better candidate, such that when the larger assignment comes from the societal politics, they can be a good reflection, not the bad egg to another bad eggs of the politicians that we have. Thank you.
So my advice to the student leaders who are still holding position is that they should be bold but not rude.
Deep.
Yes. The moment they realize that an injustice is forthcoming from somewhere, they should start against it.
Resist it.
In order to protect the interest of the ones who have always believed in them, because there is posterity. Of course there is. And to the ones who are giving the stakeholders money. There is this Yoruba saying that Abakula Shewure, there are some stakeholders, regardless of what you say, they will continue to collect money. These people do not think outside the box. They do not have any other thing they do rather than expecting you to give them money. That kind of stakeholders, we don't want to be like them. Over my dead body. We don't want to be like them.
Thank you. Ladies, you can see our viewers out there, they are going to be like, wow, this is top notch, very energetic, and you are radiating that power of, excellence in you. And I believe this is one of the people that we need in our future for this now and even the future of our great country. Thank you for joining us on this episode. I want to believe next time we call upon you, you welcome and honor our invitation. Thank you for that. And ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and share. Give us suggestions. And don't forget, this is Nexus Podcast, where we discuss entertainment, politics, anything around our society, culture, religion, and the likes. I remain your host, Bashir Lukman Olariwaju. Till next time, I say remain blessed. Thank you. God bless you.